10 seconds remaining.
Hello and welcome back, everyone. I am Niz, and we're
5 seconds remaining.
continuing our coverage of the Dota 2 Canada Cup Season 7 Winners Bracket Semifinals.
Reserve
We've got
time.
compLexity going up against Digital Chaos. Game 1 taken by Digital Chaos. Game 2 taken by compLexity. We are now in Game 3 here to determine which of these two teams will move on to the finals in the Winners Bracket and which one will drop down to the lower bracket, where they will be on their last legs in the tournament, at this double elim tournament. We've got Doom, Invoker,
Turn to pick.
banned out by compLexity. Bounty Hunter and Wisp, banned out by Digital Chaos. compLexity then able to snatch up the Phoenix, which, they went with it game 1, didn't work out for them. Like I said, in all those other series that they played, Phoenix was
10
either banned or
remaining.
picked and won. But tonight,
5
so far, the
seconds
Phoenix 0-1. But compLexity going to take a second stab at it here as they pick up the Phoenix
Reserve
and the
time.
Axe. Digital Chaos picking up the Beastmaster and the Vengeful Spirit as we move into our second banning phase, where compLexity banned out the Dro. So banning out an Aura Strat there with the Beastmaster and the Venge, and making sure that the Dro wasn't going to be a part of that. And Lifestealer. Digital Chaos banned out the Darkseer and the Clinks. So we're moving two heroes that compLexity loves to run, and they're definitely quite strong at. And then Digital Chaos picked up the Gyrocopter, which we saw Resolution play in Game 1 of today. Now we're all caught up. We've got some lanes to go over, I guess, so far. We got Beastmaster in the off lane for Digital Chaos, Gyrocopter safe lane, Venge. Once again, we kind of expect her to be in the safe lane with the Gyrocopter, but who knows? Digital Chaos has thrown us for a loop already once tonight with the support puck, which transitioned into a mid puck because the Meepo was starting mid, and then that went into a jungling Meepo, and it's not what we expected. But it worked out for them. compLexity taking their time here. They're going to end up going with an Earthshaker.
Radiant
Sure, that
team pick.
we really don't get to see too much of recently. He's one of those heroes that kind of always just lingers around in the meta. And he kind of all of a sudden has these huge moments
10
where he's just like
seconds
one of the
remaining.
biggest supports in the game.
5 seconds remaining.
And then he'll just become, oh, okay. Yeah, Earthshaker's always around. You can kind of pick him, but he's not really at the
Reserve time.
forefront of the meta. There's bigger heroes, like right now we've got the Venge, the Witch Doctor, Dazzle, those kind of heroes. Of course, Phoenix. Oh, I don't know why I didn't say Phoenix first. As she's probably the biggest one. Bounty Hunter, Wisp, those kind of things.
compLexity's turn to pick.
But here we go. Jakiro gets picked up by Digital Chaos, and like I said in Game 2 in the draft there, Digital Chaos have previously run Jakiro in the mid lane. And we saw compLexity ban it out in Game 2, but
10
they're going to leave it in
seconds remaining.
Game 3 here, and Digital Chaos going to snatch it up.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
It's going to be a Spectre pick for compLexity. So both Game 1 and 2, compLexity went with these drafts that were a little bit more, I guess, time sensitive.
10 seconds remaining.
And Digital Chaos had the later drafts.
compLexity's
Well,
turn
compLexity
to ban.
saying, you know what, let's slow things down a little bit here. We'll pick up the Spectre, we'll go a little bit later into the game, we'll match up against the Gyro. In fact, we'll probably scale a little bit better the later we go.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Final ban's in from Digital Chaos. It's going to be the puck. What about
Reserve
compLexity?
time.
What are they going to ban? Digital Chaos most likely looking for a support. They're just going to remove the Earth Spirit. And Zeus immediately picked up by compLexity.
Radiant team pick.
So, what the hell are compLexity's lanes?
10 seconds remaining.
Spectre safe lane. Zeus mid.
5 seconds remaining.
Who off lane? Oh, we're going to see another Meepo. Interesting, because like I said, when Digital Chaos ran the Jakiro mid, it was, I believe it was Wii playing the Jakiro. But now, of course, with them picking a Meepo, he's going to be playing that. Interesting. Cute draft, says Swindles. Yeah, definitely threw compLexity for a loop there. I don't think they expected that Meepo. I certainly didn't. But I think Cinnamon's a little bit more in tune with the drafting meta than I am. But without further ado, let's introduce our teams and our players here. Good old Zeus Spectre. I agree, Misery. On our Radiant side, it's going to be Digital Chaos. We got Misery playing the Jakiro. Saksa is going to be playing the Vengeful Spirit. Resolution is going to be playing the Gyrocopter, as I failed to double click there. We've got the Weepo, Wii playing the Meepo. And Moo is going to be playing the Beastmaster. Onto our Dire side, compLexity, Swindlemelons playing the Earthshaker. Limp playing the Zeus. I'll get into that comment in a second. Chessie playing the Spectre. Z-Freak playing the Axe. And Handskin going to be playing the Phoenix. So again, just a Wraithband recipe. But let's scroll up and look at this chat because they've been saying a lot here. So obviously, good old Zeus Spectre. Yeah. We know that. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I have to first pick Phoenix now because of, I mean, how strong Digital Chaos is with it. And they say best of 49 hype.
Well, that would be a tribute.
And that is because these teams keep playing against each other. Oh wow, Swindlemelons with a little bit of confidence there, I guess. Says, gee, I hope the loser can make the finals. So almost confident saying that I think it's pretty obvious that the loser will still make it through, but also a little bit of sarcasm in that that would mean that both teams play each other again. But let's take a look at the lanes here. We've got Zeus going up against Meepo in the mid lane. Top lane, we've got an off lane Beastmaster going up against a safe lane farming Spectre. It's being babysat by a Phoenix. We've got an Axe sitting in the jungle for compLexity. And now into the bottom lane, they've got an off lane Earthshaker going up against safe lane farming Gyrocopter babysat by a Vengeful Spirit. And we've got a Jakiro with some pulling and a little bit of jungling and stacking coming up from him. So far, Zeus doing quite well in the mid lane with last hits, and that's what you expect from a Zeus. Being able to last hit with Chain Lightning makes it pretty easy, but we've got the Meepo keeping pace. Swindles comes in, does a little bit of harassing here, and interrupting on Misery, pulling through. And Hanskin and Chessie really getting bullied here by Moo, and now Moo gonna get a couple more slaps into Hanskin, who did still have Icarus dive, so Moo not overly committing for that kill. But both losing a lot of HP. They do actually have a good amount of regen here, although Hanskin's down to his last tango. Chessie still has 6 and a healing salve. Moo's got 4 and a healing salve, so lots of regen up here in the top lane. So we're seeing a lot of these heroes exchanging blows. Smell's going to get stunned up there by Sakska, as Resolution will need one more attack and he'll find it. It was actually Sakska's attack will land just a little bit later than Resolution's. So he gets the first blood there. Digital Chaos off to an early lead here. And with them having the Meepo, which works so well for them. In game 1, we're seeing them do exactly that same thing. Taking the Meepo, moving it into the jungle, and transitioning the Jakiro into the mid lane. Same thing that they did with the Puck in game 1.
No.
I gotta say, Digital Chaos has been playing so damn well recently, and I really like how they've been able to draft. The fact that they're able to incorporate this you know, kind of almost starting with weird lanes and then transitioning those lanes as we only get a few minutes in. And they're doing it in not only a situation where they have the heroes that allow it, but also, ooh, Handskin. Ooh, he is going to go down there as the axes hit him on the way back as well. Nice little play there by Moo, turning around at just the right moment, getting a couple hits in, and then throwing the wild axes and getting the kill. So second kill on the board for Digital Chaos. But going back to that point I was making about Digital Chaos and their draft, they have a draft that allows it, obviously, but compLexity and whoever they're going up against also aren't really able to exploit it based on the meta and the kind of picks and everything that you're used to, and kind of the order of the picks as well, as that changes with the meta as well. But it's really allowed Digital Chaos to be very greedy with their lanes, but not greedy in the way that we typically see a position 4 Doom or something like that, or position 4 Axe like compLexity's running. Speaking of the Axe, let's check in on Z-Freak. So he's our leader in terms of last hit at 48. Just behind him is Weehaw at 40. And a dive in the bottom lane as Swindle's going to go down, but we've got TP response as well. Digital Chaos getting a little carried away there. And Limp might actually even be able to get another heal. Here is... He did have Thunder God Giraffe.
Middle tower is under attack.
He would have needed another bolt. And there's the Thunder God Giraffe coming out now. Handskin already died in the top lane. Moo will go down to the dagger here from Chessie, but Saska just TP'd up. And we're going to have a haunt, but he's not going to be able to jump to it. Reality, yeah. I was going to call it reality. I wasn't sure if it was right. But nice play there, punishing the Spectre from getting the kill there. Is now 5-2. Digital Chaos still leads. Handskin TP's towards the bottom. They do the bottle refill trick. And Swindles actually doesn't have boots yet. He tries to poof away. He's going to try again, and oh my goodness. 16 HP.
How did you do that?
The projectile flies in from the Zeus and finishes him off, and then Meepo with the perfect line. How did you do that? Love it. Moo gonna use the Primal Roar on Chessie up here in the top lane. We've got Z-Freak TPing in, but it's a little bit too late. We've already lost the Spectre. Moo's gonna eat through the trees, and Z-Freak not able to return the favor.
Is under attack.
Man, that poof away doesn't disjoint. And that attack from Limp just flew through the air all the way to the Meepo. Z-Freak really going aggressive here. He does have some support. He's actually going to cancel the taunt there. It wasn't going to land. But he'd have Handskin and Chessie with him. And now Limp, who's in Viz, is going to rotate in behind. He's going to be behind the tier 1 tower. So look for them to push this wave quickly, and that's exactly what Z-Freak's doing. And now Moo's recognizing the fact that they're going to want to push the tier 1 tower, but he doesn't know that they're going to dive the tower and go after him here, as they're going to toss in the dagger, and Moo getting very, very low, and he is in fact dead. As Limp going to get the kill there with the Thunder God's Wrath. Hant's going to get a TP away, as here comes Soxka in from the side. He's not going to be able to do enough on by himself. He's going to need some other TPs in. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, but either way, compLexity's going to back away. They're not going to stick around and risk it. You know, all that action up in the top lanes create a little bit of space for Misery. We'll put pressure on the tier 1, bring it down to 408 HP. As Haunt comes in from the Spectres, he jumps down towards the bottom to go after Resolution, who's below 200 HP. Swindles running after him, gets one swing off, but there's Moo! All of a sudden showing up with the Primal Roar, and Swindle Melons goes down. Freak rotates up. Just gonna leave the haste rune there. Had he taken it, they probably would have got that kill on the Venge, but they're gonna leave it for the Zeus.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Got the Venge and the Gyro smoked up now. So they're gonna go hunting. Question is, who's the target? Well, the ping is to go up into the jungle, where they're going to run immediately into Z-Freak. They do so. Smoke is very close to getting popped. In fact, it will get popped. Soxgun with the swap off. They bring back Z-Freak. As they tried to go around him, they weren't able to. Then they'll just take the kill. The question is, will they be able to get away? As Resolution's now been Fisher blocked. And he's going to go down with the burst from Limp. Soxgun's going to be able to TP away because there's no interrupts left.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So 8-5 now.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Mid tier 1. Gonna fall as soon as this glyph wears off, and there it is.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Starting to see some more items getting picked up here. Let's quickly jump around and see who's got what. Misery's working on his Veil. 1200 gold already up on the Venge, who's already on Arcane Boots. That's a lot of gold on a Vengeful Spirit right now. We've got the Gyrocopter with Phase Aquila. And now working towards the Senge for the S&Y. What about Weehaw? We've got Treads and 1700 away from completing the Aghanims. And then we've got Necrobook 1 up on Moo. For our Dire side, Team compLexity, we've got not really much at all on Swindle's Melons, just boots and windlace and stuff. Calldown's going to come out from the Gyrocopter as they're going to try to engage on the Z-Freak, and they're going to find it. Swindles comes in with the Echo Slam, but that's not going to be enough on its own. As he dies, the two brothers getting ganked in the top lane. And now they're going to lose their tier 1 tower as well. Z-Freak just had his Tranquil Boots and a Vitality Booster and Stout Shield, so maybe a Vanguard in the works for him. Got Limp, who recently finished his Aether Lens, but he's already up to another 800 gold. He's going to smoke up with Handskin, who's just sitting on Tranquils. And then Chessie, who's got Phase Boots and Urn, and 500 gold. Lots of TPs coming in from compLexity. It's Digital Chaos. And get engaged on here as the Haunt's going to come out from Chessie. He's going to toss his dagger onto Resolution. And oh, he gets very, very low from Thunder God's Wrath and just barely able to reach there with the Chain Lightning as Limp brings him down. They're going to get the kill on the move, and looks like Misery as well. So they're going to get 3 heroes. Soxka gets away safely, or does he? The dagger comes in from Chessie. So he's going to chase, and the Fissure just able to reach. Chessie going to run over the cliff, but he's going to get stunned up by the Venge, but he still has a huge move speed advantage here. So he's going to chase down the Vengeful Spirit. He uses the Urn a second dagger, and they will get the kill on the Venge. Meanwhile, Weehaw has just been farming. He's 200 away from his Aghanim Scepters now. TP up to the top lane from Moo. He's going to be joined by Misery in a few seconds. Someone's his minions with him. Primal Roar is going to cast on the Z-Freak. Call down from Resolution. Both are going to hit Z-Freak. And Moo, one more attack is all he needed. Sunray coming in from Handskin. He's going to heal up Z-Freak. And Misery comes in from behind, but still not able to kill Z-Freak. He's got very little HP, but it's going to be enough to survive, as now they're just going to turn and go on to Misery. Chessie's going to come, and it's going to be a kill for the Spectre. Everyone leaving it for Chessie as well. Who's now up to 2,700 gold, which really kind of catapults him forward in terms of his progression for that relic and eventually the Radiance. Wee has the Aghanims completed as he continues to farm and work towards probably Blink Dagger. Limp has completed his Veil. And Misery has not gone for the Veil as he's picked up a Buckler, so maybe he's just going for a mech instead. We'll switch on over to the net worth and see who our leader is. It's going to be Wee for now. So then it's Limp at 7.1. 5.9 on Chessie. He's at 3,100 gold right now. Got 5.1 or 5.2 for Resolution. 4.9 for Moo. And then our leader in terms of supports is going to be the 3.8 on Misery. Although is he really a position 4? He's kind of like a 3.5 because he got
Radiant's
a
bottom
lane mid.
tower is under attack.
compLexity doing a little bit of forward protect 1. They're going to smoke up his 4 and leave the Spectre at home to farm as they move into Digital Chaos's side of the map, and unfortunately they've got a crash from the Phoenix. So Hanskin will reconnect. We'll see whether or not this smoke is going to pan out for the boys at Digital Chaos. So got to keep in mind this Tier 1 tower. In fact, all the Tier 1 towers are still up on the side of Digital Chaos. So they don't really have too much room to work with here. The juiciest target right now is looking like the Venge. Well, they might head down towards the bottom. I think right now they're just checking the jungle. Getting a couple observer wards up. Okay, there's compLexity that scanned right here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, they don't really want to have to go for Sakska here, but they're going to find he tries to smoke, but immediately it gets popped. He was just barely outside the range when he popped it, but he got briefly stunned up there by the Zeus, which allowed them to get in range.
Dire's top tower is
They
under
get the kill on the Venge.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
That was so close to hitting the gyrocopter. Interrupt his TP, and that would have been a disaster if they lost
Dire's
Resolution.
bottom tower is under attack.
Chessie hunts down to the bottom. The Z-Freak did finish the Vanguard. He's up to 1,300 gold. As now we kind of expect him to go for the Blink. Resolution keeps working towards that SNY. We got Necrobook 1 up on Moo. The Hawk doesn't have any items. Misery just showing the Buckler still.
Where's my pension?
Chessie, 3,700. He's going to pick up his relic in just a second here. In fact, is he really going to be that lazy? Going to send over the relic? It's efficiency. We picks up his Blink Dagger as well. So now is pretty much the moment where we can just start ganking and killing heroes. Z-Freak picks up his Blink. So we've got a lot of big items getting picked up here. A lot of core items. I believe I've covered all of them. Just kind of scanning over what we got here. Still the Siyasha recipe. As Wee, Moo, and Sakska gonna smoke up. See if they can't get a pick off onto one of the members of compLexity. And ideally they want to catch Chessie. He was farming in the bottom lane. Now they expect him to go to this camp, and they were right, but he was just kind of crossing over it to go to mid, and instead it was Z-Freak farming the camp. They'll leave Misery in the bottom lane to kind of farm, and Misery's playing the I'm kind of scared role. Gonna try to bait as best as he can. Saksa gonna get a swap off on the Z-Freak. And there comes Wee jumping in with the Blink Dagger and the poofs. Now DC should be able to push this tier 2 tower, and again compLexity will just avoid
Dire's bottom tower
and
is
farm
under
while they can, but actually get a kill up in the top lane. as they blow up Swindle Mounds. Is Weehaw starting to be all over the map.
Middle tower
There's
is
that
under
tier 2
attack.
tower going down on the bottom. Unfortunately, they used Haunt for that. But either way, it's Chessie continually farming here, trying to get that Radiance completed. 900 gold right now. Digital Chaos, they got that tier 2 tower. Now they're going to take Roche as well. What are they going to put it on? Maybe the meatball?
Fallen to the radiant.
He also picked up his travels as well. So that's going to allow him to just jump around the map and constantly pick off targets as compLexity tries to farm by themselves. This Handskin getting all these creeps low just to try to speed up Chessie's
Dire's
farm.
middle tower
As
is
he
under
now
attack.
basically has enough. Just needs to wait for his gold to tick up a little bit here to purchase his Radiance.
Dire's
S&Y
middle
completed by
tower
resolution
has
as the
fallen.
tier 2 falls in the mid. I'd definitely say Digital Chaos in the driver's seat right now in this game, but I wouldn't count compLexity out of it with that Radiance completed. Digital Chaos definitely bullying on the map right now, though. Things might change here with that Radiance, though. As compLexity is going to smoke up. And it's just 4, once again, leaving Chessie behind, although he's trying to catch up to them. compLexity charges down the bottom lane. If they want to catch resolution here, Scan is going to get used. Just barely not catching any members from compLexity. As Ult 1 just steps over it. So now Digital Chaos definitely knows that compLexity is down here. compLexity used their own Scan over here. And now compLexity is starting to back away, and it's Digital Chaos on the run. As Wee's going to get caught, and he's going to go down, but the Aegis is going to respawn him in just a few seconds. But Moo also getting very, very low, 30 HP, 8 and dead. As Chessie actually gets, I believe, with the Radiance burn there. Limp goes down, Handskin is now the new focus for Digital Chaos. They're going to find the kill on him as well. Ramon's going to hide in the trees. We'll be able to TP away. There was another TP out from another compLexity member just above as well. As we lose 2 heroes on the side of compLexity, 2 heroes on the side of Digital Chaos. Of course, 1 had the Aegis, so they don't get any gold for that. But it ends up in about 700 gold swing in favor of Digital Chaos. Both teams actually earning gold on that. Digital Chaos look like they want to push high ground. Phoenix just now respawning. Gonna have Zeus in her 12 seconds. And Moo just respawned for them as well. He'll TP to the tier 2, or tier 1 in the mid lane and start working down mid. Necrobook's still on cooldown, so I'm not really going to be able to push with them here, and I don't think they're really going to... They have any plans of really sticking around and pushing yet. Talk a little bit about compLexity and how they've got this stronger late game and they scale a little bit better. They just have to get there. They have to buy some time. So right now, they have a huge spike in their strength with the Spectre picking up Radiance. However, Spectre really needs more to be super strong. And the issue is that on the side of Digital Chaos, already they've got a team that likes to fight. They got heroes that like to fight. Their hard carry is the Gyrocopter, who's now working on a BKB. He's picked up S&Y. He's gone for your kind of standard Gyrocopter build where you fight, fight, fight. Once you hit level 6, you go fight, and mid-game you're all fighting. But the other thing is that you've got this Meepo, and the Meepo farms so fast that you really can't keep up with it. And he's adding on items like the Dragon Lance. He's going to have a sheep completed here, and now we've got to engage in mid lane. As Chessie so quickly gets 2 kills there. As compLexity looking very good in this fight. Looks like they're going to find another, at least 1. As, oh no, they don't get resolution. Yes, they do. The Echo Slam traveling through the air will eventually catch up to them. So they get 4 kills there. It doesn't cost them anything. And they might get their first tower of the game here as they start working on this tier 1 tower, which is basically at full HP.
Axe is grateful.
Yeah, we continues to farm, and like I said, this Meepo farms so fast that compLexity aren't going to be able to keep up with his farming rate. However, the Meepo can only add on so many items, and he can max out pretty quickly. However, once he gets that sheep completed, it's going to be pretty scary for them.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
We have a Yasha sitting in the stash for Chessie. He's up to 1,600 gold, so looks like it's going to be a Manta for him. Is it the Bloodstone complete by Limp? Quickly jump through. They select our different heroes here. It's 1,500 gold. On Swindle as he spends some of that as he works towards, well, he actually just buys drums. Handskins going pipe. Actually not handskin. Misery. Going pipe. Moose still hasn't shown us anything since the Necro Book 3. It's up to 1,800 gold. We got the makings of a pipe as well for the Venge. Maybe they're just going to leave Misery with the Hood of Defiance and actually get the pipe on the Venge. $2,400 gold for Wii.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Almost the BKB completed for Resolution, and once again, still waiting for Moo to show us something.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The last few minutes has been a really controlled game from either side. Not really seeing too much. There's a moment there where we saw a constant aggression from both sides. And as I say that, now compLexity's going on the hunt, but they're not going to catch anything. As Moo ends up going with a Blink Dagger.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
We got the
attack.
BKB completed by Resolution.
Radiant structures.
With this
are
tower,
fortified.
Chessie will be able to complete his Manta.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower
You
has
need to be
fallen.
careful though, because here comes Digital Chaos. They smoked up as a few heroes. They're going to engage with the Primal Roar and the Swindle Mounds at the bottom of the screen. And the Earthshaker is dead. Ice Path going to go down from Misery. It's just going to briefly still have Chessie. As they try to go for Limp, but he's able to TP. And is Digital Chaos only going to get one? No, they're going to get two. As the Meepo jumps in, and oh my goodness, Spectre. Typically one of those super tanky heroes that takes so long to go down and for you to kill, and we just saw the Meepo do so much damage to that Spectre. Of course, the Spectre, still just with a Radiance, he needs more items to get to that super tanky state, but it's going to need quite a bit more to be able to live through that burst from the Meepo, and now, especially with the Sheep Stick getting added on, it's going to make it even more difficult for him to escape. Wee's going to jump on in, gets the kill onto Limp, starts to go after Z-Freak, but Swindles comes in with the Echo Slam, getting all the Meepos low, and in fact, they will die, as Wee's going to immediately buy back into the game. Resolution, Misery, and Moo back away from their committal into the base, as we Bootsa travels in. It looks like Digital Chaos is just going to back. They go for Roche, they're going to get an Aegis, and then do you just HP and mana up and push? Exploit the fact that Echo is still on cooldown? I think it's definitely an option. Echo's one of the big things that's really going to help compLexity deal with the Meepo. If you just exploit the fact that the Echo Slam's still on cooldown.
Shiny!
I don't really see how compLexity is going to win that fight. We'll see if Digital Chaos is going to do just that. It looks like they're starting to group in the mid. Still waiting on Misery though, who's sitting in the fountain getting mana. And he's actually completed his pipe. So we're going to have 2 pipes for Digital Chaos.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So we got another 20 seconds and Swindles will have his Echo Slam back up. Oh, they're going to go for smoke gank here. Are they going to catch someone? He jumps up onto the high ground and gets stuck in the trees. He's not going to be able to participate here, as he's just going to have to throw nets from there. He's not going to be able to poof in. He has got to wait. And he's not going to be able to blink because Chessie is burning him with the illusion. As we just getting forced to actually bring his poof his Meepos in, so he's actually able to participate in this fight. As he throws out a net, catches Chessie. The target's going to be Swindle Mounts as he dies with that freshly purchased gem. And Chessie continues to get netted in place. But eventually he's able to escape using his Manta. 2 buybacks. Z-Freak and Swindles buy back into the game.
Dire's middle tower.
And they're going to be the only members left with a buyback for compLexity. He's just going to jump in, Fissure, not even going to block him off, but just kind of harassing. Z-Freak going to jump in, going to get a taunt off on the 4 Meepos. But now they just turn around and focus him, and this could be the end of the run here for compLexity. As Digital Chaos is looking very, very strong right now, but all the Meepos are pretty low on HP. Digital Chaos may just have to run here as they're just all going to poof away. And now it's Misery. Quite low. Look at the mech. It's going to heal him up a bit. Resolution's going to kill off the illusions. And Chessie, Swindles, Limp, and Hanskin going to try to chase here. We got to re-engage though, as here comes we and the Meepos. As it immediately blows up Limp. So much damage. Misery just buys back into the game on the back of his death. Chessie dies. Triple kill for we. So now Chessie buys back, who just got enough gold to do so.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Mid racks down. They go to the top. Start working on the tier 3. Chessie gets sheeped up. Wee comes in. All the poofs, well, some of the poofs miss. He doesn't get the full burst. Misery comes in with the ice path. Gonna trap Chessie in place. And they are gonna lose Wee, but he does have that respawn from the Aegis, which is definitely worth trading it for the Spectre. Tier 3 down. Now the racks. As the melee racks fall, we've got a buyback from Hanskin. Got 3 members from compLexity. Gonna smoke up. They're gonna look for an engage here. But immediately one of Wee's Meepos gonna pop their smoke and they jump in as Limp. And this not looking too good. Or actually the Sunray is gonna do it. As the Sunray from Hanskin and the spins from Z-Freak managed to kill off Wee there. But now with a resolution arriving on the scene, Digital Chaos just keep killing compLexity, doing everything that they possibly can just to hold on here and not lose the game, not tap out with the GG. As Moo, oh, that was some VM stuff. That was some VM stuff. Blinks ahead, drops an item on the ground, right in front of Swindle Mounds. And Swindles goes down, the GGs get called. And Digital Chaos take another series against compLexity. And just as the game's ending, we got a Rapier purchased by Gyro. A resolution, playing around with the stats there. It is another series win for Digital Chaos. That's now 3 in the last couple days. And these guys are set to play together a few more times, I think, coming up in some other tournaments. It's definitely going to be thrilling, and it's definitely going to be a rivalry that I think we're going to see constantly develop and constantly mature. And it's going to be good to see both these two teams kind of beat up on each other and push each other to constantly get better. And it's really going to kind of bring NA DotA back up and make it more than just EG on the international stage. But guys, that's going to do it for that series. We got Digital Chaos taking the winners bracket semis finals over compLexity with a score of 2-1, and they'll move on to the finals for the winners bracket. We will have compLexity drop down to the losers bracket, where they'll be kind of on their last legs, where if they lose one of those, they get removed from the tournament, but they'll have to work their way back through the tournament and then eventually play the winner of DC and whoever else makes it to the winners bracket finals for the grand finals of the Dota 2 Canada Cup. I was Niz. Thanks so much for watching here today. There is another match coming up, which is just a best of one, which is between Evernova and Enemy GG. That's set to start at 11 o'clock, so about 25 minutes time from now. I will not be able to cast that. It will be over on Moonduck TV. So head on over to their Twitch channel where they'll be casting that. And our next cast, I'm unsure when that's going to be. There are some Dota 2 Canada Cup matches scheduled on the Sunday or on the 29th. There's a match at 5:45, which is a best of one between DKB and Shazam. And then at 7 o'clock, there's a best of three, which is the other winners bracket semifinals between Team Freedom and Dragneo, which should be an entertaining series. And then on top of all that, there's a Semi-Pro Cup series, which I cast every Sunday. So I definitely will be casting the Semi-Pro Cup series. Will I be able to cast some of those other Dota 2 Canada Cup stuff? Not sure. Probably unlikely. But either way, I will be casting that Semi-Pro Cup series. And then we'll be back with the Dota 2 Canada Cup. I don't think... Do we have anything else scheduled? On the 31st, we've got FDL versus Not Today. And they may also play on the same day the winner of Shazam and DKB, which, like I said, is going to be on Sunday. So that's the next scheduled thing past Sunday for the Dota 2 Canada Cup. Either way, I'll see you guys on Sunday for the Semi-Pro Cup Series. Once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.